Today, we're gonna give you the official tour of our recently renovated travel trailer. This is a 2007 Frontier Explorer S190. It's 18.5 feet long. We bought it from a private seller that we found on Facebook Marketplace down in Amarillo, Texas. So we drove from Denver to Amarillo to pick it up back in February of 2021. It took us quite a while to renovate it. And here we go. Come on in. So we painted pretty much everything on the inside. Walls are white, cabinets are green. That is Sherwin-Williams shade grown. And then we also have some pops of black and wood. We really wanted it to feel truly like a cabin on wheels. So that's why there's a lot of wood in here. And I think we achieved the cabin goal. We also completely redid all of the floors in here. We put a new vinyl plank flooring, and Cole really did pretty much all of this by himself. We got this flooring super on sale at Lowe's. It was about half the price of the other vinyl plank flooring that we were looking at. It is scratch and water resistant, and it's held up pretty well so far. We also put in new floor trim around all of the corners and edges. It's pretty small in here, only about 144 square feet. So the first thing we wanted to do was open up the dinette space over here. It used to be just like your standard booth dinette setup. I think we have some video from when we first got it. And what we did is we opened it up to this L shape here. Cole built this. It's all storage underneath, so we can lift up these cushions and access it from the top, or we can access it from down here, which is fantastic. And we keep everything from dog food to random hiking gear that we don't use all the time. I keep the level under there so I can just grab it really quick anytime we get to a new site. Cole also wired an outlet into the bench, which is really convenient anytime that we're working here in the dinette nook area. I also made these cushions with just a staple gun, no sewing required, and some memory foam. They've been great so far. We also made this table. I think we cut this board down a little bit, just stained it, polyed it like crazy, and it's worked great so far. And these are the original legs that were on the old table as well. And then on that back wall there, we added some wood paneling that is cedar tongue and groove. It's very lightweight. I feel like people are like, how on earth did you add so much wood in here? That is really, really lightweight wood. Like, you could easily break it. Above the dinette, these were already here. We just took the old ends off of it and put new ones on because it was like a rounded edge, and I just didn't love the rounded edge. So those are new, but this was here before. In here, a lot of random stuff. This is all dog stuff. Random treats, balls, medications, etc. This is like random dry food, spices that I don't always use, tea. And then this far one is also kind of a hodgepodge. We have paper towels sitting there, but we also have like electronics and little tools. Some stuff that Cole uses for work is up there in these little baskets here. Moving over to the bedroom side, we didn't really do anything like structurally different over here. First, please take a moment to admire our National Parks quilt here that my in-laws, Cole's dad and stepmom, made for us. Love the quilt. We painted all the cabinets here. The only thing we really added was, this was just like plain fake wood, and we added these wood sort of end caps just to make it look a little bit better. Stained those. We also used really thin wood so it didn't add a ton of weight. All my clothes are in here and here. These are basically our closets. Cole has his clothes over there. We have a little dehumidifier down in the corner because that's a big deal in RVs. You don't want any moisture. And then sort of wanted to, again, continue that cabin vibe. So put up these, we'll call them window frames. It's kind of nice because we were able to hang the curtain rod between these. We actually had to rip out a part of the wall when we were fixing water damage, so we covered it up by putting this here and then added some hooks to hang things like hats or dog leashes. So the bed lifts up, there's a ton of storage under here. We are currently only using about half of it for storage. We have our shoes, our dirty clothes under here, some other random things. And then over there we have our batteries and basically our solar setup. And I'm gonna let Cole explain all of that.
So our solar setup, very, very simplified. We have two 100 amp hour batteries and we have a 2000 watt inverter charger. Those are both from Renogy. We also have a Renogy solar charge controller, battery cutoff switch, and a little display monitor up there that kind of tells us where our battery percentage is at. So we wired the inverter straight into the panel of the camper. So when we're off grid, we can run all of our outlets, water pumps, everything just straight off of the solar, which is super convenient. Very simple. We can boondock for quite a few days with no issues.
All right, moving into the kitchen. This is probably my favorite space in the whole camper. I don't know why, I just like the vibes over here. We took out the old countertop and put in this new custom butcher block style countertop. We just made it using 2x10s. They've held up really well. I probably put like 8 coats of poly on these to protect them. I tried using epoxy and it didn't go well, so won't be doing that again anytime soon. We also added a copper sink. I'll move this. And this sink is actually a lot smaller than the one that used to be in here. I wanted more counter space, and it really hasn't been an issue having a sink of this size. We upgraded really all of the hardware in here and the faucets. This is a brand new faucet. And we did scoot the sink over compared to where it used to be, so we had to redo the plumbing. This is actually from the old sink, but it fits over some of this sink, so I use it like that. I did make the curtains throughout the entire camper. They're holding up okay, so I won't be doing a tutorial on them because they're not that great. Not really any sewing. I just used like the heat and bond hem stuff that you iron on. They look cute though, that's what counts. So up here, we keep all of our like plates, bowls, cups, some other dry food, canned food. We have all of our silverware in here, koozies, coasters, random things like that. Tupperware down there. Trash and recycling under here. Love that I can have all my spices right here. We hung one of these magnetic knife holders, which I was a little skeptical about, but it's been great. We haven't had any issues with those falling while we're driving. We just use our microwave for storage. That's it. And also I've just been using the oven for storage, but the stove works great. Big fan of the gas stove. The backsplash, I want to point out, this is the same wood paneling that we put in the bedroom and behind the dinette. We just painted it white and we put it in vertically here instead of horizontally, just to add a little something different, and I think it looks awesome. The refrigerator. This is a Dometic refrigerator. We can run it off of propane or electric, which has been really great. These panels on the front, they actually slide out. So I took them out and spray painted them with chalkboard paint. They don't say anything right now. They just look kind of gross. But this is actually a big freezer. Nothing too exciting. Some ice cream, our wedding cake that I took all the way from Denver. The refrigerator is very spacious, lots of beverages in there right now. We created this little shelf over here. Forgot about that. It's the little things, right? The little cowboy dogs and this little shelf over here. There was a shelf over here before, but it was like specifically for a tube style TV. And we obviously weren't gonna use that. So we made a new one and we put that copper bar in front of it, which helps keep stuff in. So we just keep like basically office supplies up there, scissors, pens, I think there's a screwdriver, and then the little curtain ties that I use to tie the curtains back. Moving on to the bathroom, but before we go in, I wanna point out this really cool, basically fake barn door that we made. I just think it ties in really nicely with all the wood paneling that we have. Again, gives that like rustic-y vibe. All right, into the bathroom we go. It's It's not big, but actually for this size RV, I feel like it is pretty spacious because we have this whole back half. A lot of RVs this size, it'll just be, I don't want to say half of this, but almost half of this. So we feel lucky that we have this large of a bathroom in an 18.5-foot camper. We upgraded the counters in here, same thing that we did in the kitchen. The butcher block, we have our little fake live edge here, which was just a flaw in the board that we bought. Also put a smaller copper sink in here. Love this sink. Put new faucet in here too. Painted all of this. Wallpapered the entire bathroom, which I have a video up on, peel and stick wallpaper. It was my first time doing it and it's a chore, but it's held up pretty well. One awesome thing about our bathroom is we have all of this storage in the back. So this is where I have all of my clothes hanging. Yeah, this is all my stuff. None of this is Cole's. And we have like random bathroom things in here, like hair dryer, cotton balls, medication, first aid stuff. All of our towels are back here. And then we also have a shower, which is a pretty good size. We really haven't needed this because we've been staying in places with showers. But if we do need it, it's here. And it's also a pretty decent size. I used a tub and tile painting kit on this. Don't know if that was necessary, but I did it. And that's really all we did in the shower. One last thing in the bathroom, we did put in a new fan. It's like crusted with mosquitoes right now, but it works awesome. At night, we'll just have that fan going, a couple of the windows at the front open, and it creates some nice airflow in here. So that's it for the inside. We're gonna go outside and quickly show you what we did out there. All right, we're gonna give you a very quick walk around of the exterior. So I painted the whole thing. I have a whole video up on that, so just go check that out if you're interested in that process. We did just recently put a new awning on. That's to come in a later video. We're not experts on that, so find somebody who is. So let's go to the back. So back here, we just added a bike rack. Again, painted it. We have our 30 amp electric cord that comes out back here. Nothing too exciting on this side. This is where we fill up our fresh water. City water is also here. This is the back of our refrigerator, the vent for that. And then in here is where we have to manually light our hot water heater, which is kind of a pain. So we'll only really do that if we need to take a shower in the camper. I've just been doing dishes with cold, or it's basically room temperature water, and it's been fine. We also have these pass-throughs on both sides, and these, I think it's locked right now, but this is great. We store tons of stuff in here, extra dog food, different supplies that just doesn't fit in the truck. Our Blackstone grill we keep in there, so it's really handy having all of this storage too. And then the last little bit is on the front. Cole put this toolbox, which is also very handy for when we first get to a site. We keep things in here like wheel chocks, leveling blocks, anything that we're gonna need right away as soon as we get to a site. So it's just easy access. Pop it open. There's nothing in there right now because we're set up, but yeah. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. We are definitely amateurs. This was our first time renovating anything like this. So if you like videos like this, or if you just are interested in full-time RV life, I've been posting all different types of videos, so please subscribe, comment, like if you want to. We very much appreciate it. Thanks for watching.